Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Gonna do a second response to JC. You guys know the one and only JC over at the Flip Side. A really cool thread he put up the other day, which is called the long lost classics of the '90s. Um, Very cool thread to jump on board. If you haven't seen it yet, go right over to JC's channel. Number one, subscribe to his channel, and number two, jump on board the thread. And it's just kind of going back to some of those, like the title says, long lost classics of the '90s. Um, he was chatting earlier and he made a comment that helped bring it into perspective for me, because I was strictly thinking like a bunch of unknown stuff from the '90s that people wouldn't know about and that type of thing. But then he worded it in a way where he was talking about some of those great bands and albums from the '90s that his son may not have heard. So it wasn't so much about like they're so unknown, but maybe they just weren't the kind of '90s bands that carried over. Like you still have 18, 19-year olds buying Alice in Chains albums, today, and they weren't even born when Alice in Chains were doing their thing, that type of thing. So that actually opened up the door to a few more things that I was thinking about, and this was one of the bands that came to mind. And I listened to them today and just almost forgot how much I enjoyed them. But I'm talking about Fuel. And this is their album Sunburn, which is from 1998, and then their album something like Human. Just two absolutely fantastic albums. I remember for a while, and get right about this time, I just bought a brand new Mustang, and the two CDs that never left my Mustang was Creed's My Own Prison and Sunburn by Fuel. I just could not get enough of playing both of those albums. Shows how cool I was, right? Driving a Mustang, always playing Creed and, and Fuel. But really, really fantastic band, fantastic album from that mid to late '90s period. And I think the thing that made them so great is like not only did they have some pretty good songwriting, but the lead vocalist, what was his name? Brett Scallions or something like that. Really did have a fantastic voice. Matter of fact, I've always said he was kind of like Staley from Alice in Chains. If Staley had decided to go a little more on the pop grunge alternative thing instead of kind of the heavier punch you in the gut stuff that Alice in Chains did, the thicker muckier stuff that Alice in Chains did. But if he decided to go a little more on the pop side, like radio side, he would have sounded just like Brett from Fuel. So the dude had a voice and he could sing. They had some great melodies that came throughout their songs, and it really was just a very, very solid band. And of the two, I would probably say song for song, this is my favorite album. I'd probably say my favorite songs by them are off of this album, because like the song Hemorrhage and Bad Day off of this are both just fantastic album. Fantastic songs. And definitely, if you are not familiar with them for whatever reason, I would say start off with listening to those two songs off of that album. And then when you come over to Sunburn, again, just another absolutely fantastic piece. The killer tracks off of here are going to be Shimmer is probably my favorite song. And when you hear that one, you can definitely hear the more kind of radio friendly alternative rock thing going on there. But then songs like Bittersweet, Jesus or a Gun, even the song Sunburn, like the whole first side really is kind of killer. And so yeah, just another fantastic band that for someone who's really kind of reminiscing on that mid late '90s type of stuff, some of the younger people maybe haven't heard of this band, definitely make sure you go check them out, because Fuel is just, they're awesome, absolutely amazing. I don't think they've ever pressed something like Human on vinyl, at least not that I'm aware of. Matter of fact, I can't say I haven't looked in I don't know how long, so maybe I'm gonna go check right now when I get done making this video. But yeah, that would be a nice one to get just kind of a beautiful pressing of. right now. So anyway, there you go, guys. JC, great thread. Glad I can finally find another one to jump on board with. And as always, we'll talk to you soon, and let me know what you think, guys.